Okay, so welcome everyone. Just a little bit of introduction for the recording. Okay, here today we are going to play a game. Okay, it's a game that I have designed because there is something missing in the agile scenario. So if you are an agilist, very likely you heard about the agile mindset. Okay, so everyone is talking about the agile mindset. Everyone is talking that agile is a mindset, not a process or a methodology or something like that. So this word mindset is very, very present in the agile teams, but actually it's not easy to bring this to life. I mean, when we are talking about agile, about mindset, we know what a mindset is, but if we have to define what is the mindset of an agile person, okay, we have different opinions. Okay, so just to start about talking, you see, we have this schema that normally arrive in when we are talking about mindset. For example, the agile onion, you see that mindset is the external surface that is keeping values, principle, practices, tools and processes, and also the fact that the mindset is the lens where we can read what the Agile Manifesto is telling to us. So 4 values and 12 principles that are applied in different practices. So this is a way, again, to introduce the mindset, that it's clear that it is at different level than, for example, the daily stand-up, okay, or as a practice. But again, it's not really clear. Another way to talk about mindset is growth mindset, that is the agile mindset, the fact to be open, the learning, the failure as an occasion to learn and not as a situation to discuss. But also when we are talking about doing agile and being agile, again, this is again around mindset, because being agile is closer to the idea that we have of mindset. Instead, doing agile is closer to the idea of practicing agile. And finally, another way to discuss is the collaboration. Okay, collaboration is part of the agile mindset. This is clear, not clear how, and not clear what the collaboration protocol could be. And then we have the Dan Pink. I don't know if you have read Dan Pink's book, Drive, that is about autonomy, mastery, and purpose. This is clear that this is part of the mindset that we want in our teams. But again, it's not really clear how we can use it. How can our team improve, for example, the autonomy? Okay, so every Scrum Master typically has a different recipe, a different journey, and whatever. So apparently there is nothing really common about all this stuff. Again, because very often is the coach or the Scrum Master that is bringing this concept into the team. But these are mainly related to the soft skill. And as I mentioned, soft skill is not something that we can teach easily to person and to teams. Okay, so soft skill requires a different approach to the learning. And one of the approach that my experience suggests is very effective is to make people, to put people in the situation where actually they have to use this soft skill. Okay, and so you can create simulation, you can create scenarios like, for example, Get Kanban. Okay, Get Kanban is a game where actually you have a backlog and then you have to apply the principle of Kanban in a given backlog. Okay, it's a simulation, but let the team test how Kanban is working, how Kanban is effective, and what else. And this is a category of game that are really closer to the practices that we want to simulate, and they are fun. But let me say, these are not real games. Okay, so what in Agile Game Factory we want to make it is that we want to use the mechanism, the mechanics of the modern board games applied to the Agile context. Okay, so for example, we design games when we use cards, like, I don't know if you know very famous games using cards, but for example, Catan Settlers, we have this kind of adaptation of Catan Settlers to the Agile scenario. And the game that we are introducing today is a game that has been designed with this in mind, applying the modern mechanism of the board games together with the scenarios where you have to apply some Agile topic, okay? So let's start from the beginning. When we are talking about Agile mindset, the first exercise that I have done in the community, I am a caregiver, I don't know, a owner, but I don't like the word, an organizer, okay, of an Agile community here in London that is called Lean Agile and Delivering Coaching Network. So we have events normally on a monthly basis. We had an event last week. The community is composed by more than 400 people from different parts of the world, mainly from UK, because this is a London-based community. And what I have done is that I started a survey. So I made this question: what are the attributes of an Agile mindset? And so using this event, actually, I've been able to collect many responses. This is an example from one of the events. Okay, so I was able to identify a collection of, let me say, common attribute of an Agile mindset. Again, this is a statistical approach, okay? So these are the most voted ones, okay? But this was a first important result, because at this moment, let me say at the beginning of this process to design the game, at least we had an idea on what Agile mindset means for people. So it's about adaptability, it's about courage, it's about attention to quality, positive failures, and what else. So I was able to identify these 18 different values, because these are values because actually we believe that transparency, for example, makes a team more agile. We believe that resilience is an attribute of an Agile person or an Agile team, okay? So this was a first outcome of these results. Then, given this collection of values, what I've also identified, it's a set of 6 different, again, how can I say, energy that we can use to make this value living in some way. And these influencers, this is the name that I have found, are actually of 2 different categories. The first category that is on the top, it's exactly the list of motivators that Daniel Pink have identified. And so we are talking about autonomy, mastery, and purpose, okay? And here you can see a graphics that to describe them, but also more importantly, you can find the definition of what autonomy, mastery, and purpose is. And again, this is a first impulse for the teams. So just these 6 cards with this definition is a starting point of a conversation with the teams, within the teams, to understand how the teams can improve their values, okay? And on the bottom, instead, there is a second category of influencer. I call these external influencers, and the first one are internal influencers. The difference is that collaboration, environment, and leadership normally are happening outside the team. So except for collaboration, but however, environment is where the team is living, and the leadership is the person that actually give the direction to the teams, give the vision, give not the path, but are the person in charge to describe where we want to go as a team. And collaboration, I consider this an external one, because very often collaboration is strongly influenced by the environment and by the leadership where we are living as a team. Okay, so if, for example, we have a very command and control leadership, normally the collaboration inside the team is really influenced by this command and control. And again, if we are in a different environment, think about the situation where we are in the same room or in a situation where we are distributed across the world as a team. This is an environment attribute. This influences the collaboration that we have in the team. So we have these 6 influencers, we have these 6 definitions, and then we can understand what is the relation between the influencers and the values. So the first stage that I have created within the facilitation is this card, for example, when we have the possibility to understand how, let me share, adaptability, for example, this is a result of a workshop. Adaptability is influenced by collaboration, mastery, leadership, and purpose. Okay, so the teams are planning in this kind of workshop, defining what are the relations, so what are the influencers that we need to put into the team to create a good condition so that the adaptability may emerge, the adaptability can grow, can flourish. And on the right side of the card, we discuss within the team to understand what are the benefits that adaptability can bring into the team. Okay, so for example, in this case, this team decides that, okay, we have an increment of the purpose, the quality of the purpose, and the quality of the adaptability. I'm not saying that this is good or not. Okay, this is the result of the workshop that we made. And following this approach, I start collecting information, okay, not only about the values, not only about the influencers, but also about how influencers and value are connected together. And so I created a deck of cards like this one that you can see, where we have, you can see the transparency, for example, we have a collection of resources that we need into the team to create a level of transparency, and also the benefit that is on the right of the card. In this case, for example, you can see the mastery, the benefits for the team given by this value. And I was able to create 3 different sets of cards that you can see here, that I call this Be Agile, that are values and beliefs, Think Agile, that are principles and framework, and Doing Agile, that is practices and tools. And this is the number of cards that I have in the deck. So 18 values and beliefs, 36 principles and frameworks, and 54 practices and tools that you can find here in this deck. And you can see above the different level, let me say, of complexity. So for example, here you can see that a tool like a cumulative flow diagram requires 3 resources and can give 1 resource of benefit. Okay, and instead a values and belief requires 13 different resources, but can give you 3 resources of benefits. Okay, so this is the scenario when we are moving today. Okay, this is a card game that has been designed to play in person, but there is also an online version for this game. That is the one that we are playing today. So the version that you are playing today is this one. Okay, so there are different cards, okay, that you can see here, for example. Okay, let me make an example. I have to join a second. Okay, just to show you. Okay, so here, for example, you see this is a card of principle and frameworks. That is the first.
Rado, I still see the first PDF.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I have to share another 1 second. Thank you for telling this. Can you see this now?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so as I say, this is the scenario, the the virtual simulation of the game. Okay, the cards are exactly the same. Actually, this is a newer version, so the graphics of the influencer is a little bit different. Okay, so this is an evolved version, but however the logic is exactly the same. So this is an example of one card in principles and framework. So this is the Agile leadership frameworks that you can find, you see, in agilebusiness.org. Okay, so this is the first principle, that is action speaks louder than words. And to make this card in your team, you see, you need three orange resources and 5 red resources. So this means that you need 5 items of autonomy and 3 items of purpose. And the benefit of the Agile leadership is that you have 2 levels of mastery. Okay, so this is just to show you an example of the card. Then in the cards, also you can see this yellow area here. So this is the level of the mindset that you can achieve having this card in your team. That means that your team actually is applying properly this principle of Agile leadership. Okay, so the rule of the game is that actually you have to collect tokens that are of the color. You can see here the tokens, okay, of different colors. And when you have collected the tokens, and we will see how we can collect the tokens, you can spend the tokens to buy or to develop a card that is available in this area here, as that we call the portfolio area. Okay, and then you can decide to develop one of these or principle or values or practices that you are available here that is in your team. So you as a team are collecting the cards, you see, in these 2 areas. Okay, each team has an icon as a reference. And then you can use these cards to develop furthermore other cards together with the tokens that you are collecting during the game. Okay, we will play the game, so we will see exactly the rules. Okay, so let's focus for 1 second how the platform is working. Okay, when we enter in the game, we enter in the preparation area, this one, and I will describe you exactly how to make it. You will join, let me try, you will see this join button, okay, here. Then you join and you can pick one of the available roles, okay? And then you can play. In this question mark here, you can find the information on how to play the game, but I can provide this information. However, you see the game setup, that is how to create a session of the game. Then you have the game manual, that is how you can play the game, okay? And then you have the instruction on how to use the platform. So, for example, how to flip the card, how to drag the cards, and what else, okay? So these are typical of the platform where the game has been developed. This is a platform that is called ScreenTop. It's a platform for developing online board games. Okay, so it's not something like Mural, okay? It's something more sophisticated. You have more feature typical of a board games. Okay, so I think we are, yeah, I think we can play 1 player for each of the available player. So let me share the link in the chat, so you can join into the session. And you can play this game, let me say, with 6 players, but also using the breakout rooms, you can play this also in teams. So you have, for example, 6 different teams playing together, and each of the team is inside one breakout room, so they can discuss without influencing or disturbing the other people in the other teams. But today we are 6 of us, so I think that we can play this normally as a 6 player.
Corrado, I can't choose a role. I click join, but I'm unable to select a role.
You have to put the name. If you click, you have to put the name, and then you have to click the small icon.
Oh, okay. Good. Thanks.
Perfect. Okay. Is everyone in the session? Okay, I can see 4 players. I'm here as a facilitator, so not, okay, 5 players. So not playing the game, just entering in this role. Okay, so what you have to do now is that you can pick an area where you want to play. Okay, perfect. We have 6 players. Great. You can pick an area where you want to play. Before starting the game, let me add in the chat a couple of links that maybe can be helpful after the session. So you can find a lot of material about the game here. Okay, this is the website. I put a link in the chat. This is the website of Agile Game Factory, where you can find all the games that I have developed. Agile Game Factory is myself. Okay, so just for your information. And here in particular, it's you can find the page where there are a lot of articles around the game. You can find the facilitator game, the introduction work game, workshop game, and then you can find different articles because I presented these games in different events. For example, you have the Agile Tour London session, okay? And then you have a lot of references about the game. If you want to take the game is available in this portal. You can find the link here, but where this is the portal, okay? And you can preview the game if you want here, okay? And no, not this one, so not this one. Quick preview, sorry, this one. So you can see how the game is composed. This is a print and play game, okay? You can find the different pages that are available here. And the cost of the game, I mean, just to prevent, let me say a question. I was in the position, I mean, I was asked to release this game for free, okay? But actually, I also already released some games for free. But the point about releasing a game for free is that you cannot be connected with the player. And what I want is that I want to keep the connection with people that play my games. So the idea behind this model is that the game is very cheap. You can find it £6, €6, sorry. So the game is very cheap. And this subscription gives you the opportunity to receive all the updates. And you can find, for example, that since the first release of the game, that actually was not the first release of the game, but the third, I already have released 3 different versions of the game. So the fact that you are joining, let me say, this game gives you the opportunity to have all the updates of the game. And also we are in touch because you can see here you have the opportunity to share your feedback, provide, for example, some tips and clues to improve the game or to enhance something that is not working. So this is the idea behind this very cheap price, okay? So if you want, you have also the link to download the game, and so you can print and play the game in, let me say, in-person version. I have my version. Actually, this is a deck of 2 decks of poker cards. Actually, it's 180 cards, so it's very easy to print and what else. Okay, so this is just for your information if you want more material on the game. So back to the game. Let me close this one. Okay. So 6 players, you can pick one of the icons that you can find here in the Luna Park. Normally you can use also your color. For example, you see that we have the gray, that can be the roller coaster, the blue can be, and what else. But however, pick one of these games. Okay, now.
Hey, Corrado. I don't think I'm able to join. How do I join?
Okay, may I ask, Michelangelo, can you leave the game so we can leave a spot for Madhu? Thank you. Please, Madhu, try again. Now you can.
Done.
No, do I need to refresh? I don't see
I
join
already
button.
played, no worries.
So if you click on the link to the game.
Yeah, okay, got it. I just click on join, is it?
Now you have to put the name on just above the join button, and then you can click the join icon on the right. Perfect.
Okay,
I can see you. Okay. Okay. So for example, Madhu, you are the blue one, so you can play the wheel. But again, it's not really relevant. Pick one of the area, and then you can play around this area. Okay, now just talking about the game. The game can be played in two different ways. Okay, the first one is by objectives. Okay, you can see on the top these cards. Okay, so let me show one. So for example, you see you have to achieve some objectives, and then you gain point in your mindset. Okay, and then you have a final objective that can give you the winning condition. Okay, so this is the way, a way to play it. Another way to play it is this one by sprint. Okay, when every sprint you have a different, let me say, situation happening. Okay, so let me just show you an example. Okay, so you see, for example, this is one of the conditions. So team holidays, and you can see that in this condition, you have an impact on the rule that actually are applying to the game for that sprint. So what we are doing, and normally this is more interesting, more challenging, but above all is easier to keep in a given time frame. Okay, so we are going to play this version of the game. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm mixing these cards. There are 35. Then I select 13 cards that represents 13 sprints. Okay, these 13 sprints are actually 6 months. And what I'm doing is that I put these cards into the play area. Okay, and I put in these cards here. Okay, now back to prepare. Now, if you want to join the area for playing, okay, you can simply select on the, you see this area on the bottom left. Instead of prepare, click and select play, and then you will arrive into the play area. Okay, so good. So a quick introduction to the rules, okay, as you can see in the game manual for your information. Okay, so in every turn you have 2 different actions that you can play. You can select one of these actions. The first action is that you can take a number of tokens, okay, and this is one of the options. The second option is that you can use your own tokens to develop a card available in the portfolio. Okay, so about the first option, you have 2 different possibilities. The first possibility is that you can take 3 tokens of 3 different colors. Okay, so for example, you can take a token of autonomy, a token of mastery, and token of purpose. Or option 2, you can take 2 tokens of the same time. So for example, you can take 2 tokens of mastery. So every turn you can take 2 tokens or 3 tokens. 2 tokens of the same type or 3 tokens of 3 different types. And then you can collect your token close to your playing area. Okay. And again, in one of the next turn, you can use your token to buy one of the card, collecting the number of tokens that you can see on the left side of the card. So for example, if you want to take this card here, that is the first principle of the Agile leadership, you need 3 orange tokens and 5 red tokens. Okay, this is a pretty common in board games because you have resources to acquire some, let me say, valuable stuff. Okay, so this is a mechanic typical of the board games. Okay, that is applied in a context that is the Agile scenario. So this is the main rule to play the game. Does it make sense? Any question? Does it make sense? Any question?
I have one question.
Sure.
What's the goal of the game?
Perfect. Good question. And I know that you didn't ask about the quality of the game. The goal of the game, okay, is that you have 13 sprints to achieve the highest level possible of a mindset that is the number of yellow points that you have on each of the cards. Okay, because each of the cards has a related level of mindset. So again, this is based on the score given in the survey. So for example, here you see you have Agile Leadership Principle 1 has 3 points, so level 3 of Agile Mindset. Instead, the Agile Manifesto, the 11th principle, has 2 as a level of mindset. Again, I don't want to focus on these values here, because when you are playing this game in a workshop with your team, actually the workshop is organized in 2 different moments. The first moment is playing the game. The second moment is to open a discussion inside the team about the cards. And this is where the real value of the game is. Because you can challenge anything that is here, but the conversation that is about a card helps the team to understand the mindset that is required to be agile. So for example, I can agree, let me say, that there is no point about giving 2 levels of mindset for the 11th principle of Agile Manifesto compared with the 8th principle of SAFE that has the same point. Okay, I agree. Okay, but what I want to create is a situation where the team discuss about these 2 principles, discuss about the differences between these 2 principles, discuss about the resources that we need to create this principle into our team, and what is the actual benefit that we can have from this principle applied properly in our team. Okay, so the playful game, the playful moment of the game is to have fun. And then what we have collected is the real conversation. This is where the games becomes serious. Okay, because the first part is actually fun. Okay. Then another good point of conversation is the level of mindset that we can achieve with 13 sprints, that actually is 6 months. Okay, so what is the level? Is this level enough or maybe not? What is the level that we want to achieve? Is 6 months enough? Maybe not. Again, this is another level of conversation that is really effective when discussing with the leaders. I played this game also with some of the business unit leaders that I have in my company. And then actually playing these games, they realize that in 3 months, actually, you cannot achieve a good level of mindset. You need more time. Okay, so what you can achieve in 3 months is a good level of practice, not of mindset. So again, the fact of, just to tell you the outcome of our conversation, the fact that teams are reorganized every 6 months, so you have to restart every 6 months, it's not probably the best approach that we want to use if we want to make people growing as a mindset, because in 6 months actually the level of mindset that we can achieve is not so high, and the game proof it, can give you an evidence of the approach that actually the teams are applying in 6 months. Make sense? Have I answered to your question? Okay. Yes.
And
How
we
do I
are
get to the game area?
I'm sorry.
Please.
How do I get to the game area?
To the game area. Okay, I shared a link. Sorry, I don't know who are you talking.
He's mad.
I'm on the link actually. But
Yeah,
you mentioned
you have to click in the bottom on the left. You have a
This
button.
one. Okay, so
Yeah,
you are in this area.
Yeah,
Thank you, Leonardo. Simply select this icon here and select play to enter in the play area.
Got it. Thank you.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Leonardo, for supporting. Okay, so just to play the game, we have a first player. I don't know who is the blue player. Okay, the blue, you have this token. I think, Madhu, are you okay to play in the wheel area?
I'm in the game area, yeah.
Sorry, Corrado. Do we start with all the cards open?
Yeah, we have this area here, the portfolio, the 12 cards that you can see here are the cards that you can develop using your influencers, okay?
Yeah, okay.
And every time a new card has been developed, for example, I don't know, let's assume that sooner or later Madhu is able to take this one, okay? So he can pick the card and drag the card in his own area, and then a new card is added in the portfolio. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Make sense? We can start with the blue player, and then we can move in clockwise order, if you are fine with that. Okay, just to play the game. Okay, so not really relevant. So again, pick one of the color. Okay, and so let's start. I think Madhu. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I quite didn't follow.
Sorry, say it again.
I said I didn't quite follow what I need to do. I am the blue player actually.
Okay, so as a blue player, again, as you can see in the manual, you have in the play, you have three options, actually are two of them, or take the influencers or develop one of the cards. Now, you cannot develop any card because you don't have the influencer to pay for the card. Okay, so the first, let me say, few rounds are actually to take the influencers. And for taking the influencer, you have two options. You can take 3 influencers of 3 different types, or you can take 2 influencers of the same type.
And I take the influencer and place it in the blue box. Is that what I do?
Yeah, you can take, for example, you can take one influencer, you see with the mouse, you can go here in the pile, and then you can drag the influencer into your area.
Okay, got it.
Corrado, sorry, don't we reveal the sprint, or is it something that we do later?
Yes, yes, but actually the first sprint is already revealed. Okay, so in the first sprint, it's exactly
a normal sprint. Okay.
Normal sprint are the standard rules. Good point. You follow the explanation. Good point.
What about the cards that haven't gold point, yellow points?
These are cards that actually cannot provide any value in terms of mindset change, but it can give you the benefit of the card, for example. Okay, so you have, for example, this one. Please, Madhu, if you want to pick the tokens, you can.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at what I can pick. So I want to pick the purpose, but I don't see any icons for that.
Okay.
Oh, it's on the top. It's on the top actually.
Actually, you want? Yeah, they are above. Yeah, yes, they are above.
Okay, am I doing it right? I just picked one now. and put it
Absolutely.
in.
But you have to take a decision if you want 2 of the same types or 3 of 3 different types. So you can pick 2 of the same types or 3 of 3 different types. Okay, so you can pick another one.
Right, I did that.
Okay, perfect. Now, next in the round is the gray player. I think Stefano.
Okay. Yes, I'm going to take 3 influencers. And this one.
Perfect. Next player, the purple one, Leonardo, I think.
Yeah, I take 3 different influencers, 2.
Okay, yeah, my fault. It should be Rob. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. No worries. Let's move on.
Is it? Hi, it's Rob here. Hi, Corrado. Is it me now? Is it?
Yeah. You can pick your 3.
Okay.
At this stage is not really relevant because there are a lot of tokens, so not really.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I will go. I think I'll get that one, and that one.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, the amber one, Kit.
Okay.
In the meantime, Leonardo, if you want to pick your 3rd one, it's okay.
I already did. Thank you.
Yes, you have it. Yes.
Okay, I finished.
Perfect. And now the last player, that is Shibu.
So I pick 3 influencer, right?
Yes, of 3 different types. Drag them in your area. The red one. You have to click and drag for your.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so if you can bring a Shibu close to your area, you see it's easier for people because this is a common play area.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find out that. Okay, let me zoom in.
Yeah, you can zoom out with control.
Yeah,
And
zoom out. Yeah, this is my.
Okay, don't forget that you have the question mark for helping for any control that you have for. Okay, now the first round is done. Okay, so at the end of each round, there are some activities that we have to do. So the first player token moves to the left player, and then we have to see what is the new sprint. So what are the conditions that actually we are playing in this game? Okay, so good. So this is not a normal sprint anymore, okay? And for example, we have this limitation because we have an absence. Normally, this is the absence of the coach or the scrum master because of different reasons. So what it's saying is that for the current sprint, you cannot develop a new card using the tokens, but actually you can develop a card only using the benefit that are in your existing cards. So just to explain the situation, the tokens are the impact that the coach can make into a team with the action that he plays. Okay, So for example, create one-to-one, making workshop and what else. In this case, the coach is not available because he is absent. Okay. So what is the impact of missing a coach into the team? That actually the team can develop new cards only using their own existing cards. So the competence, the skills that they have already acquired. Okay, because the coach is not there to use the tokens to develop new cards. Okay, so this is just an example of the impact of an event. So what this means.
What are the tokens?
Sorry?
What are the tokens? Tokens that you're talking about?
The tokens are this one. These are the tokens. Sorry for the zooming, but I can, okay, these are the tokens. So for example, Stefano, that is the gray player, okay, now is his turn, okay? Now Stefano cannot use this token that he already has to buy a card because the coach is not present because of the card absence. So, and he has not any card because we are in the second round. Okay, so we are not in the condition to have developed anything. So actually the only action that he can play, and this is true for all of you, is that he can bring new token. Cannot develop a card.
Okay. Just a question, Corrado.
Yes.
Once I develop a card, the benefit is not it's permanent. I mean,
Yes.
if I develop a single card, I have those benefits forever. Okay.
Yes, because the idea is that this skill is in your team and is there forever. Okay, it's not like a token that is a one-shot action that the Scrum Master or the coach can play. Okay, this is an acquired skill, an acquired competence that is there forever.
Okay, I'm going this one. Okay, I'm going for these 3 tokens.
Perfect. Next player, Rob. Great. Keith.
Okay. I will do one of these, one of these, and one of these. That's it.
Okay. And now we have Leonardo. Perfect. 2 of the same types. Perfect. Okay. And now we have Shibu. Perfect. And finally, Madhu. Perfect. Okay, just this is the end of the round. Great. Just a quick note about the environment. You can pile up the token if you need. Okay, let me show an example using Madhu tokens. Okay, you see I'm moving the orange token above the existing token, you see? And you can see that the number that is appearing here is the number of tokens that they are. Okay, so you can select one of them, or with double click, you can select all of them and move it together. Just for your information, okay? Okay, so end of the round. So the first player token moves to...
I got a
Rob.
question.
Yeah, sure, sure.
The situation that we are currently in, which is the absence of the coach, right?
Sorry, say it again. I'm not getting
The situation we are currently in, which is the absence of the coach. The coach is not available.
Yes.
So how do we create those different situations? We just click on the cards above there.
Yes, every sprint we have a different situation. So we have a deck of cards here that are the sprint cards that are different. They are 35 cards with 15 different situations that may happen. Most of them are regular situations where actually the team is working properly, okay, normally, let us say. But there are some situations with positive or negative situation, okay? Let's see, for example, what is happening in this sprint, okay? You see, for example, we had a low morale situation where actually every round, each of you has to discard one of the tokens that they already have because it's a low morale. Okay, so now, for example, Rob, you are the first for this round. So as a first action, you have to discard one of your token because the low morale card.
Can I ask one more question regarding this new card?
Tell me.
What is the logic behind discarding a card when a team morale is low?
Discarding a token because your actions are not so effective as it could be if the team morale is high.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to make an example, one of the cards that you have here is business support. Okay, when you have business support, you can pick one token more than usual. Okay, because this increase the team morale because we have the support of the team, we made a great job and what else. And so we have every action that we are doing as a coach actually is much more effective. On the contrary, we have a failure release or a bug in production. Okay, bug in production is really negative for the low morale. Okay, so for example, you have impact, you cannot develop a card, for example. Okay, there are different situations. Good. So you discarded the orange one, correct? Perfect. And then you can, or now you have tokens, and eventually you can develop a card, or you can take other tokens. It's up to you. Keep in mind that, as Stefano said, notice that actually when you have a card, the benefit of the cards are forever. Other than the value of the agile mindset.
Are we all putting back the cards simultaneously, or are we doing one by one?
No, you can buy one card for each round, but again, there is a situation in the sprint where actually you can buy more than one, but actually you can buy one single card in each round. Good. Rob is done. Next one is Kit, I think.
Okay, so I'm going to discard this collaboration token.
Yep.
Because of low morale. And then I'm going to develop one of the portfolio cards. I've got enough tokens to develop PI planning.
Perfect.
So do I just discard those tokens?
Yes, you have to put in the storage.
Okay.
The tokens that you are using. So 2 gray and 1 green.
Okay.
Lovely. And
And
then
then
you can take the card, put in your area.
Great.
Great. Actually, if you see exactly, there are some, if you move in the orange, there are some lines where you can pile them properly, you will see. Great. Perfect. And then we have a new card that is appearing here. So we have a relative estimation. Perfect. So now it's Leonardo's turn. Another collaboration token discarded, I think. Lovely. Next one. Shibu.
Yeah, we have to give back one influence.
Yes. Okay, and now you can make your action normally.
So I have to take one card. So I take I'll take this card.
You have not all the tokens. You need 3 orange tokens and 5 red tokens.
Okay, okay. I didn't see the number there. So if I don't have any combinations, then
But you can take new tokens if you want, but however, you have combination for the Kinevin framework if you want, because you have 2 tokens, blue and 1 red. But again, it's up to you. You can decide to collect more tokens as Leonardo did, or develop a card as Rob did. Sorry, as Kit did. Yeah, as a Kit.
I'll take more tokens.
Okay, same rule as before. 3 different or 2 of the same type.
Take 3.
Perfect. Madhu?
Okay.
Yeah, perfect, perfect.
So I cannot now take the card.
But you have to discard 1 token as a first step.
Oh, okay. Discard 1 token as first step. So I have 111, right? So I'm
No,
taking
Shibu.
refactoring.
Sorry,
Yeah.
this token was Shibu's token.
Yeah.
Madhu, you have to discard 1 of your tokens.
Yeah,
Very
it's Shibu's
clever.
talking.
Shibu, take care.
So I'm taking refactoring 1. So I'm
Have you
Shibu,
discard your token?
yeah, discarding those tokens.
Corrado it's Shibu's talking, but he already played its turn.
Ah, okay. No, I'm talking to Madhu. Sorry. Because I
So-
cannot see who is speaking. Sorry.
So it's either, because the team morale is low, we got to either give back 1 token
Yes.
and then pick any of the cards,
Yes.
or the other option is like the previous one, pick 2 of the same color or 3 of different color tokens, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Actually, it's a normal turn with the exception that you have to discard 1 token at the beginning.
Or we have to discard the token and then
Yes.
either pick the card if you have the combination, or pick
Yes.
2 of the same color token or 3 of the different color.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So because the team morale is low, I'm going to discard leadership.
Yeah, I like it.
And now do I have the combination? Identify values. So I'm going to pick a card for identifying values and put back 2 tokens, right? For that.
Oh, one second, Madhu. For the
Yep.
card identify value, you need the 5 green tokens, 1 orange token, 1 blue token, and 1 red token. So are the tokens on the left that you can see?
Oh, okay. And what are the tokens on the right that says?
It's the benefit. You see there is an arrow, okay? So you are investing these tokens on the left to obtain the tokens on the right. Follow the arrow.
Got it. I don't think I have all the combination, right?
Yes.
So that's why I need to pick either 2 of the same color token or 3 of the different color tokens.
Yes, you have to pick tokens, correct.
Let me pick, because the team morale is low, I'm going to again pick on 2 collaboration.
Okay, great.
So Corrado, can I ask you a question?
Sure, Shibu.
Yeah, so the benefit, I think I just noticed the benefit. So I took the refactoring, then the benefit shows leadership, right?
Yes.
So I'm not getting that benefit actually, why it shows as a leader.
I can understand that there are, let me say, 10 cards that are wrong by design.
Okay.
Okay, this is exactly as I said before, because I want to stimulate the conversation. And the question that you made is exactly the question that every team is playing this game made. What is the relation between? And what is interesting is that a few times it's happening that the teams investigated to find the relation. Okay, so this is the role of the facilitator that can make the difference. So I'm telling you that is wrong by design. But when I was in the session, I didn't tell this. And I suggest, okay, what is the relation between refactoring and leadership? Okay, why this is happening? And actually, there is a relationship, and I didn't tell, and one team showed me. Because when a team is able to refactor the code as they think is needed, they show leadership to the leaders, because they decide that it's important to invest time in refactoring. And so maybe for this sprint, we can reduce the capacity available for the product owner to develop a new feature, because we think that refactoring is important. And this is witnessing a leadership behavior between the team and the product owners. So this was one of the response from one of the team during the conversation, just to show you an example on how this can stimulate the conversation in the teams.
Okay, okay, got it.
Stefan, I think it's your turn. Okay, you pay an environment. And so you are developing task board, I think. Perfect. Okay, so another round is over. So we can move the first player token to Kit. And let's see what is the new card. Again, absence. Oh, this coach is never available. Okay, so
sorry.
again,
I just realized I spoke with the muted microphone. Sorry.
no worries. I thought that you were doing this. Okay, so again, the coach is not available. So we have the same limitation that we had before. So we can develop a new card only using the influences on the existing card that we had. So we cannot develop cards using the tokens. This is the effect, okay? So actually, again, as before, we are in the only situation where we can take tokens. Now, keep in mind that as a facilitator, you can select the cards in the sprint, and then you can prepare maybe a given order instead of shuffling as I'm doing now, okay? So again, you can use the game to create a real scenario. So for example, giving 3 normal sprints and 1 with a bad behavior. Okay, so you can work on that as a facilitator. Keith, I think you can play.
Okay, I'll take 2 mastery tokens.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Perfect. Leonardo?
I take 2 leadership. But I think Shibu, you played twice in the previous round.
Yep.
Yes, I saw.
You stole my card.
Yeah, but we are patient. We are patient. Shibu?
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, my turn, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this time also I have to give back 1 token,
No.
right?
No, because we are in a new sprint. We are not in a low morale situation. We are in another situation. We are in absence situation.
Okay. So
You cannot develop a new card, Shibu, because in absence you can develop cards only using the existing cards and not using the tokens. So the only option that you have is taking new tokens.
okay. How many tokens I have to take? 3?
Yeah, same as before. 3
Yeah,
different
same.
or 2 of the same type.
Okay.
Have you done?
Yeah.
Madhu?
I'm going to take 1 leadership and 1 collaboration and environment.
Perfect.
I do have a question.
Yes.
So when the absence card there says can develop a new card only using the influencers from your cards.
Yes.
So can you just walk me through an example? Actually, what does that exactly mean?
Yeah, I can show an example. Okay, let me say, Stefano, just because we are here to play, I'm going to use your area, okay?
Oh.
Just to make an example. So let me say, here I have these cards here, okay? Okay, you see, with these cards, I have 5 purple token and 1 gray token, okay? So, no, again, not. Let me pick another one. Okay, here I have 2 red tokens. Okay, for example, let's assume that Stefano has already collected these cards here, okay? Now you see that, not this one. I'm looking for a card. And now Stefano is in his own portfolio, has 6 purple token, 1 gray token, and 2 red tokens. So let's assume that here we have a card that requires something like that. Okay, maybe a card that requires 3 purple tokens. Okay, similar to relative estimation, but not with mastery, but with 3 collaboration. In this way, Stefano can develop this card using the existing card and not the tokens. Make sense?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, sorry, let me restore. The situation. Okay. Okay, Stefano?
I've already played.
Okay,
I,
perfect.
I picked the 3 tokens.
Perfect. Now it's Rob turns. Perfect. Okay, now before moving to the next round, think about this game played not by 6 players, but by 6 teams. Can you imagine the conversation happening in one of the teams to decide, okay, I want to invest in these tokens, I want to invest in these cards or what else? So again, this is another level of conversation to understand where we want to go as a team. And again, what we are using is simply a card game. Okay, now after the absence of the coach, the team went on holidays, okay? So actually the rule here changed because we cannot take the double influencer. So we cannot pick 2 tokens of the same type. What we can do is to develop a card given the tokens or the card on tokens on the card, or picking 3 different tokens. We cannot take 2 tokens of the same type. So this is the impact of the rule. The first to play is Leonardo.
Okay, so I take 3 influencers. This one, and just a moment. This one.
Great. Shibu, you are the next.
Okay, again, 3 tokens, right?
Yes. Or if you want, you can develop a card. You can.
Yeah.
Okay. Madhu? Okay.
And again, one of the questions I have is there a logic as for the sprint cards that you're picking and the rule that comes with that? So for this one, when the team is on holiday, you can only pick 3 different and not double tokens.
Yeah, the idea behind this card, yeah, every card has a logic. Sometimes it's a very, let me say, strongly related, and sometimes it's not so strongly. In this case, however, the idea is that if part of the team is on holiday, you cannot really focus as a coach in exercise on a specific influencer, okay? So what you can do is that you can have some action, let me say, distributed across the influencers, but not a specific one. So the idea is that you can pick 3 different tokens and not 2 tokens of the same times, because you have not the opportunity to focus on the same influencers, because not all the team is available for that.
Cool, thanks. And are these logic explained elsewhere in the game if we want to understand more and answer questions when we're playing with the team?
No, actually no, there is not a guide in the facilitator. That's a good point. Thank you for, I'm taking a note of that. I think Rob.
I didn't play my turn still.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah, problem. I'm developing the user story card,
Okay.
so I'm using 2 blues and one collaboration and one purpose and one environment. I'll take the user story.
Okay. Rob. Kinevi. Good. Next, Kit.
Okay, I'll develop the relative estimation card.
Okay.
So 3 mastery and then the card.
Perfect. Okay, now we are entering in the 6th sprint. Okay, so just to make an analysis on what we have done till now so far. 6 sprints means roughly a quarter. Okay, and we can see that after a quarter, actually we didn't develop so much. I mean, there are some players that actually develop a couple of cards, a couple of tokens. We are a level of mindset between 1.5 or something like that. And there are players that actually have not developed anything. So again, from the coaching perspective, this is a very interesting situation because actually 1 quarter passed, we have invested as a coach a lot, making workshop, one-to-one session, explanation, and what else, intervention of any kinds that are represented by each of the tokens. But actually, some of the teams have not developed anything. Okay. Anything means no good practice, not good thinking, and not good being agile. Okay. So again, this is a very important information for the leadership because in 1 quarter, actually, we cannot change the mindset of a team. This is a strong result for the leaders. Okay. So let's move to another situation. Okay, we have a normal sprint, so nothing.
Corrado, sorry to interrupt. So I have to drop off now. I think it was, so. Hello.
Yes, yes, we can hear you. We can.
Yeah, I need to drop off actually because it's been 11:30. So I'm just thinking
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I can understand. You are connected from India. Yeah, sure. Thank you, Shibu. But we have a new player, so not a problem. Thank you very much, Shibu. You have all the references for me and for the game. If you want, let me know. Okay.
Yeah, sure. I'll connect with you. Yeah, thanks everyone.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Shibu. Thank you for
Bye,
attending.
Shibu.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. And a great welcome to Tom. I mean, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, thank you. I'm probably going to drop off because I don't like card games, but I like everything else agile that you do. So excuse me, but I'm interested to see what you're doing. Thank you.
Yeah, you can watch if you want.
Yeah.
No problem. Michelangelo, if you want to join.
Yes, which color
You
do
are
I
the
have to
red
join
one.
the board?
The red one.
I'll join the board, yes.
You can join the game and it's your turn to play actually.
Okay, I'm gonna play. Have I got any card yet? It's the...
You have only 1 card, the green one.
So I messed up. And should I pick up some token here on the board?
You are the player, Michelangelo. You can.
Yeah,
you
no,
can-
I'm
you
just.
can pick tokens, or you can develop. something.
No, I want to take token right now and see. I'm gonna take 3 of those. 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Perfect. Madhu.
Just seeing if we can develop a card. One of those, yeah. I'm going to develop the product vision board.
Perfect.
So I'm going to take that card and put back the leadership token
Mm-hmm. And tool
draw
purpose. So
this.
yeah, in this case, for example, the card is very consistent, I think, because the product vision board is a tool that actually is strongly based on the purpose and leadership, really, really strongly. And as an outcome, with using the tool by itself, you have a very strong, let me say, leadership evidence if that drive your work, that gives you the direction to work on with this tool. Okay, so you can see that this card is very, very significant. Stefano.
Yeah, can we reveal the other card?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, so I'm taking 3 token. I'll take an environment, collaboration, and purpose.
Perfect. Rob.
Okay, Keith.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Yep.
Yeah.
Am I right in thinking that I can develop the Kanban board? Because I've got the.
I think so.
Okay, cool. So that's what I'll do.
Okay, just for the others, Kitty is able to develop because he has the red token that is required, but he has in the card the purple token and the gray token that are the others. So actually just paying the red token is able to develop the Kanban board.
Great. That's it.
A rule in action. And Leonardo?
Done. Michelangelo, your turn.
It's myself. Can I pick some token and then
1 second, 1 second.
buy a card?
Sorry, 1 second, 1 second. Michelangelo.
Nope.
No.
Sorry,
Okay,
Leonardo,
don't-
I didn't get what is your action.
Yeah, sorry, I take 2 collaboration.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, now 1 second, Michelangelo, because now is the end of the turn. So actually the first player token moves to Madhu, okay? So it's not your turn, Michelangelo, it's Madhu's turn. I have a question for you, however, Michelangelo. Now it's 7 a.m. London time. So
Yes.
it's 1 hour and a half. So I don't know what we want to do. I can spend other time here.
Guests are the guests decide. I mean,
Yeah.
guys, it's up on you. For me, it's fine to keep it up. So if you want, play more.
Maybe we can do like 3-4 rounds more.
Okay.
Is everything all right
Yeah.
for everyone? Leonardo, Madhu,
Yeah, for
Rob,
me.
can you stay
Yeah.
for 2-3 more rounds? Okay,
Yeah.
let's say 3 rounds and then we'll leave. Okay,
2 rounds more. Okay, perfect.
2 rounds.
Madhu.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
So okay, what is the rule now? Normal?
Right, you're right. Sorry. Again, team holidays. Come on, no one is working this. So you cannot pick the double token. You can, if you want tokens, you can just pick 3 of different types and not of 2 of the same type. That's the rule.
And I cannot develop any card.
Oh, you can develop.
Okay. I think 1, 2.
You could make a retrospective.
Thinking about that. Yeah, either retrospective or squad health check. Those are the 2 I can develop. Oh wait, can I do experiment? Oh, I need 5 red ones for that. Yeah. I will take the retrospective one. Yeah, I'll develop a retrospective card. I'll take that one.
Okay, Stefano?
Can I ask you a question?
Always.
Do I have a list of learning or experiential outcome that people can expect playing this game?
Well, actually, yeah, I can share the experience playing these games. Okay, just for your information, I have I don't know exactly the number, but until 3 months ago, I had a dozen of teams across the world testing the game and providing feedback. And very consistent. I mean, on a bi-weekly basis, fortnightly basis, something like that. Actually, I think it's not really possible to make a standard list of the outcomes because this game has different impact on different teams. So you can play this game in one single team. You can play these games across different teams. You can play this game, for example, with leaders. You can play this game with other coaches. Okay, and these situations are completely different. But also, if you are playing this game in the same teams, the outcome is different because actually what is really valuable, as I mentioned before, is the conversation around the card. So if you are asking me what is the real outcome is the discussion of how we are implementing this card, if it's correct, the resources that are required or not, and maybe if we are using this approach, what are the influencers that we need to increase in our team to make this card happening. What are the benefits? So actually the outcome is the conversation around the card. So if you are asking me if I have a list, actually I cannot tell you because the impact of this conversation can be really different. Also, the same teams can play these games with different cards and the impact can be different. So actually, I'm not sure that I can create this list.
I think it's quite powerful. Well done.
Thank you, Leonardo.
I'm done with my turn. I've picked 3
Perfect.
Tokens.
Yeah, thank you, Rob. Perfect. Keith.
Okay, I'll take I will take a leadership token, a purpose token, and a mastery token.
Perfect. Leonardo.
Take this one. Done.
Perfect. Mick?
I'm gonna buy a ticket.
You have plenty of tokens.
Not the one that I need. I think.
No, you already have also this one.
Oh, because those are my tokens.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a sec. What was just messed up. I didn't realize that. However, I don't have the ones that I need. Yeah, I have to buy token as well. Okay, I'm gonna buy this one. Then I want this one great that I don't have. At that point, I'm gonna buy. It's kind of weird, but one different. Let's probably take the blue one. Okay. Can I buy any card now? No.
No, if you are taking tokens, you cannot buy cards.
Yeah, I expect that, but it's just worth a try.
No, it's not worth.
We forgot.
Okay.
It's late now.
The turn is over, the round is over. So we move the first player token to Stefano and let's discover the new card. It's a normal sprint. So actually you can do anything as usual.
I'm going to buy tokens. So I'm taking a leadership and an environment and a purpose.
Great. Rob? This is the second round that we decide to extend. So I think that at the end we have to discuss if we want to continue or not. Just for your information. Perfect. So just to explain what Rob did, he paid just the orange token because he already have the benefit of the green and the gray token. And so actually he was able to develop this card just paying in one token, okay?
Sorry, Corrado, I just realized I was speaking, but my headphones have got a physical mute button, and I didn't realize it was selected. So yeah.
Perfect. No, you play well.
I gave a narrative to that, but obviously you didn't hear a word of it.
Keith, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh,
I
sorry,
will...
a new card is arriving.
Okay. So I'll take some tokens. I'll take a mastery token. I'll take a leadership token. And I'll take an autonomy token. That's it.
Okay. Leonardo?
Okay, I'll buy attention to quality, 8 yellow points, but 4 months to have the attention of quality.
Okay. Good. Just one comment on this this strategy, I would say. You see that now we are at the 8th sprint. So actually we spent almost 4 months. And this is an idea. I mean, if you want to create the value into a team, a sprint is not enough. So you need 8 sprints to create attention to quality. This is, again, it's not true. I mean, I'm not saying that always 8 sprints to create this value. But what is important, and when you move across the different levels of the game, the time to obtain that card increase and make sense. I mean, attention to quality is not something that we can invent in one sprint.
Yeah. And we have 2 sprints with holidays.
True. Okay, good. Michelangelo?
Gonna buy a lot of cards. Okay, let's take the safe unlocked intrinsic motivation. So with 1, 2, then 3 blue and 3 green. 1 green is from my card. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna work. And there's orange here, blue up there. Oh, come on.
If you double click, Michelangelo, you can pick all the pile.
Yeah, I don't remember this, this thing. And what else? No, I have put everything.
I can help you.
Okay, fine. I want to buy this one. Hang on. Let me see if I can buy anything more.
No,
I want to buy
one. No, you can buy
one card at a time. I didn't remember. Sorry, apologize, everybody. Oh, sorry.
Madhu.
Okay, I'm just looking what I have. I'm going to take one autonomy, 1 mastery.
Good. Okay, this
I do have one more question. So on the cards themselves, there are numbers which are highlighted in yellow.
Yeah.
What do they mean?
This is the level of mindset that is the point, the victory points, let me say, from the game perspective. But from the agile perspective, this is the level of the mindset that the card can provide. So the higher is the value, and you can see that the higher is the cost, actually. So if you see, for example, in the portfolio, the experiment that can give you 3 points, actually requires 8 resources. And instead, this card that you have here has 3 resources for 1/2 point, okay, for this tool. So the idea is that each of these cards has a different level of mindset that can create into the team. And the lower, I mean, the easier is the one, the lower is the impact. Okay, so for example, at the moment, you have 1.5 points as a level of mindset. That if you compare, for example, with Leonardo that developed just 1 card, he has 8 points. Again, not true. I cannot say that is the reality, okay? But again, it's a point of conversation for the team.
Right, so it's basically the impact that we can create experimenting with those cards.
Yep.
All right, got it, thanks.
So the turn is over, this turn. Do we want to continue?
I think I'm going to need to drop Corrado, actually.
Okay, I think that the mechanics of the game is pretty clear. If you have some question of the mechanic, you can ask, but I think you can understand. Clearly, with 8 turns, this is the result that you can achieve. But you see that there are different strategies. For example, Leonardo invested a lot of time to develop 1 card. And instead, another approach is to start working with the practices. And if you think about the teams, actually, this is exactly what the teams are doing. So they are investing, trying to learn how to practice so doing Agile. And then while doing Agile, they actually cross the level from think Agile and be Agile. Okay, so this is an approach. On the contrary, the Leonardo's approach is completely different. He is investing a lot of time to make people change their own mindset. And then now, for example, in case of Leonardo, he has always 3 points of leadership that can use in every card that he's going to buy.
Mastery.
Sorry, of mastery, sorry, my fault.
That's why mainly the being agile cards are have a best value in yellow points than the others.
Yeah, clearly.
The value decrease going down, being agile, thinking agile, doing agile.
Yes, absolutely. And if you look at the numbers, for example, you see that they are coming from the modified Fibonacci sequence. So in level doing agile, you have 0, 1/2, and 1. In level 2, so that is think agile, you have 2, 3, and 5.
Okay.
And in level 3, that is being agile, you have 3, 5, 8. Okay. I'm using this sequence again to show the real impact of them. But they are not a linear sequence, they are a Fibonacci sequence. So again, it's a different approach. Actually, you can win the game in both approaches, because if you are quick enough to develop the level 1 card, this helps you to move at level 2 very quickly. And then with the level 2 cards, it's absolutely easy to collect the level 3 cards. But again, it's a strategy. You can play the strategy that you like it.
Yeah,
probably if the game is longer, the strategy of developing the low point card is more rewarding, because in this case, Leonardo with a single card completely outperformed the other one who were approaching the low point cards.
Yes.
Maybe if the game was a bit longer.
Yeah. Actually, the idea of, please, Leonardo, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I can see also that my card give me 3 points of mastery, not different point of so it's less useful to create mix between influencers. It gives me more points, more yellow points, but a less dynamical choice between the cards, between buying new cards.
Yeah. Actually, this is a simplification. I mean, I had
but it's
no. It's a good point, actually, Leonardo, because I had the idea to make as a benefit something as a mix, but first of all, this complicates a little bit the balancing across the cards, because there are one of the big effort is to create a balanced deck. So you have many different combinations of cards, but actually the number of tokens that you need is exactly the same for all the tokens across all the cards. On the other side, I really love the idea to push the team to think about the benefit, because you're right. I don't think that attention to quality is just about mastery. Probably can give more benefit also in terms of autonomy. Okay. But again, this is a point of conversation with the team. So what are the benefits of this card? So if you create this kind of combination, I think that it's easier to stimulate the conversation. And so that's why I kept as it is. But I had this idea, actually. But
it's very intriguing. Yeah, I like.
Okay, so Michelangelo, I think we can stop here.
We've done an amazing job, and thank you very much, Corrado, because I think this game is very nice, and the more you play, the more you understand the benefits of sharing agile principles and values, and the more you practice, the easier the game will be. So guys, thank you very much. The purpose of this community is to practice Agile and anything about Agile. I created just right now a new space in the community that's called New Ideas. So what does that mean? Just you have an idea, you want to practice on something, want to play, you want to, you know, look into some topic, subjects, whatever. Just put the idea in there. The community member will work to make it possible and happen. Okay, so just go there, just write down, I would like to, and that is what the community is all about. Okay, so please share it to everybody, and the more, the best, the better it will be. The community will always be free for everybody. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Corrado.
Enjoy the game. Enjoy the game.
It was great. Thank
So-
you very much.
Thanks, Corrado.
Goodbye.
It was really good. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Corrado.
Bye-bye.
So when you,
Thank you, Kate.
So-
Thank you, Madhu, Leonardo, Stefano.
Michelangelo,
Goodbye.
when you said community page, did you mean meetup page?
No,